Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Ormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Dual Destinies, and I don't think we have ever been this nervous. Apollo has stopped this trial from ending, this fake trial from ending. It's December 20, District Court number 4, and I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Oh my god, it's a blinding light. And he seems so serious. Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. It's very simple. There isn't much to explain. The defendant, Miss Athena Sykes, might not be innocent. Oh no. Oh no. What are you talking about? The case from 7 years ago has been settled. I'm not talking about the past year. I'm talking... Clay. He's talking about Clay. It's still not clear. Yeah, clear who killed Clay Turan. But Apollo, why would you? Oh no! Oh dear Lord. Miss Sykes, please listen quietly to what I have to say. What in the world is Apollo trying to do? Your Honor, please allow me a little of the court's time. But this is a trial for the case from 7 years ago. Miss Blackquill, I'd like to ask a favor of you. A favor of Miss Black? What the hell? First of all, let Trucy go. Let Trucy go. That's your favor. Just as you lost someone close to you, I lost someone close to me too. I'm sure you want to know the real truth of what happened as much as I do. Apollo. Sure, you know I'm all for the truth. Let's see your expose of the princess. No, let's not do this. Judge, I gave my permission to continue the trial. But Trucy! Trucy! Very well. Is that alright with you, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yeah, but how about we set Trucy free? What the? Set Trucy free. The prosecution has no objections. Let's hear Mr. Justice's testimony. Yeah, but let's set Trucy free. You were wrong, Aura was wrong. She was wrong about the case 7 years ago. We've proven that here. That was not Athena, so set Trucy free. The police investigation report brought immediately. Not you too, Edgeworth. I really hope it's because you have something up your sleeve. Edgeworth always knows what to do. He always knows what to do. But seriously though, like, someone set Trucy free. Please. Very well, your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I'm sorry, guys. My stomach is in knots thinking about Trucy. It really is. We're keeping... here's the thing. I have no problem finding out who the real killer is of Clay. I will, to the ends of this earth, help Apollo find this out. I would do it in... You guys know I would. But we need to set Trucy free. And I understand that if Trucy's free, then there's nothing that... Like, then this court case can end. This court case will just end. I understand that. But there's other ways to find Clay Turan's killers. We could do it. We could definitely do it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I understand that this case will end. As you wish. Let's review the case of the murder of Clay Turan. We're just going into it. It was made clear in the previous trial that Solomon Star... I feel sick. I feel so sick right now. That Solomon Starbuck was not his killer. Therefore, the true culprit was someone else. On that day, the culprit waited for the astronauts in boarding lounge 1. When the two men made their escape out of the Space Museum, the killer attacked Mr. Turan with the same type of knife that was used 7 years ago. The murderer then escaped into the Space Museum. Next, Director Yuri Cosmo switched the launch pads. After that, the culprit exited the Space Museum and escaped via boarding lounge 2. Therefore, this trial must make clear who Mr. Turan's true killer was. In other words, we must discover who it was that escaped through the Space Museum that day. And I do hope that we're using Aura, because if not, I'm sorry that I know we have to do this trial, but I keep thinking about Trucy. I just keep thinking about Trucy being freaking kidnapped and held hostage. Thank you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, is the defense ready? Sure. Sure, yes, Your Honor. I better rearrange my evidence. Relevant evidence swapped into the court record. So we have the evidence from the other case back in here then. Now then, Mr. Justice, your testimony, if you please. We're cross-examining Apollo. We are cross-examining Apollo. What in the world is happening? What? Apollo Justice accusation. I suspected Miss Sykes of the murder of Clay Turan. It's not easy to hear, is it? It's not easy to hear at all. My growing suspicions were confirmed when this incriminating evidence presented itself, the lighter. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launchpad switch to escape. That is why I wish to indict Miss Sykes on the charge of murder. And you're sure? Oh my god. Guys, I'm sorry. This is like a bit of a shock. This is a lot. And every one of these is press-worthy. Every statement. I know he was growing distance from as well. It's just like, it's no matter what, even if it's like makes like sense in terms of the story, it's still like also like makes me like, you know what, like I have this nervous feeling in the pit of my stomach. You know when like you fight with like a best friend or something? Like that type of feeling? Mr. Justice, do you realize you are charging your own co-worker with murder, don't you? Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. That is the conclusion my investigation has led me to. How could you suspect me too? Seeing she's hurt by this also. There's like a smile on his face. Like I guess like Mr. Wright, you're cross-examining. It's like does he know something we don't know? Has he found out something we don't know? I don't get it. Just what did you find over the past few days to make you think this? Yeah, he found something we didn't find. It can't just be the lighter. It can't just be. So we're cross-examining. Apollo Justice accusation. I suspected Miss Sykes of the murder of Clay Turan. I'm pressing it. I'm pressing it. What first made you suspicious of Miss Sykes? It all started when Miss Sykes and I were investigating the crime scene. When she saw the weapon that killed Mr. Turan, my bracelet reacted. But that's because it's the same weapon she used to kill the other guy. But she didn't know that it was subconscious down in her stomach, in her memories. She said I don't know why I said stomach, guys. I'm just all over the place. It was subconscious in her head. She said she'd never seen the knife before, but my bracelet told me otherwise. She did see it before, but it's in a different context. And then every time after that, my bracelet would react when she talked about the case. Because she has a relation to the Hat One Project case as well. Poor Apollo must have beside himself during that investigation. Of course, man, it's his best friend. I didn't know what to do or think. I couldn't even sleep. Of course, man, this is horrible for you. Of course it was. In that condition, I knew I wouldn't be any good in court. So I decided to wear an eye patch so I wouldn't be able to perceive any of her tells. What? That's why you wore the eye patch? What? So that's why Paul was acting so strangely. She chose to wear this eye patch so he could. But the reason Miss Sykes unconsciously reacted to the knife in the way is because she stabbed her mother's murderer with the one identical to it 7 years ago. You're objecting? But that knife was also the murder weapon that was used to kill Clay Turan. Yeah. My bracelet could have also reacted to her because she knew she was the killer too. It's so weird. Like again, he's like very calm about everything, right? Like he's very calm about it all. I guess he has a point. Yeah, but like we have an explanation for him as well. But my bracelet wasn't the only reason I became suspicious of her. The lighter. My growing suspicions were confirmed when this incriminating evidence presented itself.
Hold it!
That's the lighter that was found in the Space Museum with her fingerprints on it, right? But even if it seems decisive, there must be other facts we don't know about yet. If that's so, go ahead and prove it then. Oh, God. He knows. Look, honestly, I don't want to believe it's true either. I know you don't. But Miss Sykes was the only one who was in the Space Museum at the time of the murder. But Mr. Justice, Miss Sykes had absolutely no motive to kill Mr. Turan.
Objection!
Oh, God, he objected right away. 7 years ago, Miss Psyche lived as a Cosmos Space Center. It wouldn't be strange if she had some kind of connection to him. Besides, that people sometimes kill for motives we can't even imagine. That's true. That's very true. I know you've seen plenty of cases like that in your own career, Mr. Wright. I still can't believe this. How can you actually suspect Athena, Apollo? He is hurt. He is hurt beyond imagine right now. He is. And like, again, there's a weird, like, scary calm about it. A very weird, scary calm about it. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launch pad switch to escape.
Hold it!
Isn't it possible that somebody else used that same escape route? I'm afraid not, Mr. Wright. Why not? Recall there was a security camera in the boarding lounge 1 aimed at the launch pad door. It's the camera that captured Mr. Turan and Mr. Starbuck. But there's also another security camera in the boarding lounge 2. It recorded Mr. Turan's killer, or rather, Miss Sykes coming out of the Space Museum. A camera in the boarding lounge 2? First I've heard of it, but it makes sense. Athena said she snuck into the Space Museum the night before the incident, and then was overcome and passed out until around noon the next day. Guys, like, when I just to explain exactly how I'm feeling right now. Like, it's an extremely nervous feeling. And like it's hard to like fully like talk through all this, because I'm just thinking about like what's gonna happen with like all of my favorite characters here. Trucy is kidnapped, Apollo's clearly in pain, accusing Athena. Athena now is up once again on trial for a different murder. I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into the boarding lounge too. That must have been the one the camera captured. And guys, if I'm being honest as well, I'm kind of just pressing every statement as well here, because like, I feel like this is a case where Apollo is accusing Athena. And I feel like every detail, every tiny detail of this case is gonna matter. Now, every tiny detail matters in every other case, but I feel like some times there are statements, and you guys know this, and we've talked about it before, there's some statements that are made in the cross-examination or the witness statement where you're like, oh, that's true beyond a shadow of a doubt. You know, when they say, I went down to the park to get some fresh air, it's like, okay, why would we press that? There's no need to press that. But like, I in this case, I think we have to press everything. And so it made Apollo suspect her even more. But wait a minute. In that case, it's more likely recorded the true culprit as well.
Objection!
Oh God, he's objecting so fast. That's a negative on that one too, Mr. Wright. The smile is, again, I know it's not an evil smile. It's such a calming, like, I've found it. I found the right answer type of smile, right? In the footage taken after the incident, Miss Sykes is the only one who appears. What? Why? Order the court. That can't be. But if it is, then it's incredibly incriminating. It is. It is. Wasn't it you who proved in the previous trial that the way the true culprit escaped was via the Space Museum after the pads had been switched? A fact you previously proved turned on its ear, leaving your client high and dry. I must say, that is vintage Phoenix Wright. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Please. Ugh. Do we have to, like, again, pressing this, I don't know why it would do this. Like, this seems like it's a very personal aspect of it. Like, you know, even though it's not personal, it's like a very much like a lawyer statement. I want to indict someone. But like, I think we like to present something in this. Believing in your client to the end is a basic principle of good defense. Shouldn't you extend that same principle to your own coworker? You're probably right. Maybe I'm not even fit to be a lawyer. Oh, don't say it. Don't say that. However, I don't care. This case is special to me. We know. We definitely know. This is a different side of Apollo we've never seen before. Oh, don't, no, stop. You don't dare do this to me. This whole trial is a big please stop. Clay was my friend, I know. And by the way, when I say no, I'm not trying to diminish what he's saying. I'm saying it's like, of course we know. Of course this is like terrifying for him. Of course this is sad for him. Of course it would be. Like, how would it not be? Apollo suspected his trusted co-worker of killing his friend. To dispel his doubts, he investigated on his own, but that only led to more doubts. Apollo must be really struggling with this. Well, Apollo may have doubts, but... I'll say it again. Athena Sykes isn't the murderer. Then I have only one thing to say. Evidence is everything in court. Well, Mr. Wright, think you have the concrete proof to knock down my argument? What is happening? So we did have to press everything. I was assuming, yeah, because of how like every statement was like 100% relevant. Your arguments have been very clear, Mr. Justice, and your facts appear to be indisputable. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think of my theory? It looks like not even you can deny it. Miss Sykes was the only one who used the only possible escape route. Under these circumstances, there can be no other suspect in the defendant. Unless... You think there was an alternate escape route? Is that what you think, Mr. Wright? Apollo, are you doing what... Is he leading me to the right answer? Are you leading me to the right answer? Is that what you think, Mr. Wright? Is that what you think, Phoenix? You have to ask yourself that sometimes. Is he leading us to the right route? Of course, we could say. I think he's probably saying of course. Yeah, he wants us to say of course. Apollo, if this is one big plan on your part, I'm going to kiss you. If it's not a big plan, you'll get a kiss anyway. But still, yes, of course, there must have been. Just don't ask me what. You're just bluffing again, aren't you? He's so calm. Me? Bluff? No way. He knows me too well. He does! It's fine, Mr. Wright. Even a bluff would suit me just fine. He doesn't want Athena to be... He knows that all the evidence points towards Athena, but he desperately wants us to prove it otherwise. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. That must be what he's doing. As long as you can. Clear up this doubt inside me. Oh my god! That's what he wants. He brought this forward because he truly believes in his heart. He's like, all the evidence point towards Athena. And today he's like, please, Phoenix, please prove me wrong. Take this doubt and clear it up inside me. Holy hell. Now we get it. Wait. So is this what this is all about? I want to believe in Athena. Oh, Apollo, I really do. What is fate without doubt? He wants us to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that it wasn't Athena that killed his friend. That's why I need to question her guilt. So that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her. Oh my god. And like, so that you can really trust me? It seems your junior partner just showed us what the trials are truly all about. Edgeworth? What do you think of Apollo? What do you think of him? I believe you're right. We prosecutors painstakingly question every detail in the pursuit of a defendant. While we lawyers believe in and defend our clients to the end. When both sides go out against each other, that's when we discover the truth. Why is this making me so emotional for the judge to even say this? Precisely. And when the battle is over, we will understand the true meaning of trust. That's what we found in each other. That's it. That's it. This game is incredible. This game is incredible. This game literally, in the first 20 minutes of this video, not even the first 20 minutes of this video, I went from being, what the hell? What's going on? Set Trucy free. Apollo, what are you doing? Wait, Apollo's very calm. To now understanding exactly what's happening and now seeing this really emotional moment between everybody in this courtroom. It feels so good to hear the judge, Edgeworth, and Phoenix say this. It feels so good. That is exactly what trials are about, wouldn't you agree? I feel so good. Yes, I couldn't ignore the seed of doubt that was growing inside me. Of course. So I decided to face it head on. He said, please prove me wrong. He said, please, Mr. Phoenix Wright, prove me wrong. We have someone begging to be proved wrong. No matter what the truth is that's waiting ahead, I won't be afraid. Are you okay, Athena? It's still tough for Athena to be accused. It's still tough, but... So that's like Apollo, always the uber earnest about things like this. Mr. Justice, I vow to dispel every last bit of doubt in your heart. Good. Because I want to believe in Miss Sykes again. Oh my god, this whole trial has been crazy. Like, one of the most, like, intricate, and, like, it's not even a real trial. It's not even a real trial. Everyone... Apollo and Athena, like, have carried this with them. I want to so desperately have this turn out good. You're really hoping that there was an alternative route, aren't you, Apollo? Yes, that's what he wanted! But if I use the process of elimination, there really aren't many possibilities. Director Cosmos was the southern exit, leaving only the control room and the corridor to the Space Museum. Which door could the culprit have escaped through? What do you guys think? If the control room was blocked off, right? And the south exit was blocked off. And you... Come on, Mr. Wright. Where do you think the culprit escaped? Let's read this again. So, Director Cosmos was at the southern exit, leaving only the control room and the corridor of the Space Museum. So the Space Museum, though, would require a handprint, right? Which door could the culprit escape through? But the space corridor also could have required a handprint as well. Can we see? Do we have the actual... Did they give us the actual thing itself again? Is there a picture we can look at? Oh, we're back with this stuff, by the way. Is there any way we can look at the picture of the diagram of the area again? Would that be nice to let us look at it again? They probably will, actually. Yeah, here they are. So, okay. Here's the thing. Control room. Escape. Right? So what are we saying about this? Let's look at this. Escape through the control room. So, okay, so southern exit, bang bang, go up through here. You need a handprint, right, to go through this way? But this wasn't... Yes, you did need a handprint to go this way, though. Because it was the Space Museum corridor, because you... Right. So someone could have escaped through here. Yeah. Let's go with that, because it was the museum corridor. They really only could have escaped... Wait, no, they still needed a handprint maybe for the actual door itself? Am I wrong? I might be wrong in that. That's fine, though. We can... Yeah. All they had to do was use the unconscious Mr. Starbucks. Oh, yes, okay. They were using Mr. Starbucks prints. Yes.
Objection.
I forgot about that. It appears that all you're trying to establish is Miss Sykes' guilt. If the culprit used that route, the only exit would have been into the boarding lounge, too. Did we do something bad? The logical conclusion of your argument is that the killer is none other than the defendant. I knew it. Oh, Apollo, that's the only way it could be, huh? If the culprit escaped into the corridor that leads into the Space Museum, then I guess it's true. The only exit would have been the boarding lounge, too. He is, like, not in the right place at all. And neither is Athena. Like, we know Athena's definitely not in the right place right now. Like I said, like, it feels like everyone's pretty, like, broken at this stage. Like, they're, like, pretty, like, effed up inside. Like, legitimately. Like, you saw him sweat as soon as they mentioned that Athena could be the actual killer then. But then Sykes was the only person. Captured by the boarding lounge set to security camera. I investigated the crime scene thoroughly. This seems to be the right route, but it seems we're getting about the other way. The only place the culprit could have escaped was through the Space Museum corridor. There weren't any other secret corridors or anything. So that leaves us with no other conclusion to draw but that Athena Sykes was the culprit. What could the answer be? Was there really no other escape route? But, hold on a second. What if... What if what? What if what? What of what? The leaves? The leaves? That's what we're going. Oh, I forgot about the leaves! What if the clue to the culprit's real escape route? I think it is possible that the culprit escaped into the Space Museum, but then came out using a route other than into the boarding lounge too. Oh? Launchpad 1 and 2 in the Space Museum were switched after the bombing, meaning the Space Museum corridor was moving along the rail at the time. Okay. Which is exactly when an alternate escape route would have opened for the culprit. Are you kidding me? When it was moving? Judging by the intense look in your eyes, I take it you're serious. And if I'm going to say, because I know I'm probably going to get because again, I don't know how the public perception of this trial is. From my perception, it's like Apollo and Athena are, like I said, not in the right place. They're not in the best place mentally. And I think Apollo is doing this as the best way he thinks that he's going to get a actual verdict of what happened to his friend. That's what I think. Now, I would prefer if Trucy was free. And I prefer if Athena wasn't stressed out, as she already was incredibly stressed out in this trial. But it seems like Apollo is so hurt that he wants desperately someone to just take this doubt out of his mind. That's my stance on it so far. Very well then, Mr. Wright, do tell. Where could the culprit have gone from the museum corridor besides the boarding lounge too? Where could he have gone? Wait, are we talking about the leaves? So he went outside?
Take that!
We found something odd while investigating the museum corridor this afternoon. Namely, a few dead leaves on the floor. Considering where the dead leaves come from, they point us exactly to where the culprit escaped to. Yeah, I remember seeing some leaves myself. Ah! Do you mean? We might mean. Yep, while the Space Museum was in motion just beyond the corridor's safety door, was an alternate place that the culprit could use to escape. In other words, the culprit's real escape route was the area outside the Space Center. So that's how they got the leaves in there? You're freaking insane! This whole case is insane. This whole trial is insane. Who's objecting? Do you know how impossible that would be? The corridor is level with the 3rd floor. Even if the culprit tried to leap outside the wall of the Space Center building, they would fall to their death.
Objection!
Ordinarily, yes. But after the bombing incident, the culprit would make use of a certain item. And what item was it exactly, Mr. Wright? Alright, this is what the culprit used to leap outside the wall of the main building. Wait, the only thing we have is the, emergency ladder.
Take that!
An emergency ladder? There was an emergency ladder in the 4th floor robotics lab, and it was used the day after the explosions to help evacuate people. Mr. Blackquill herself used that ladder to escape down to the ground level. Recall the launch pads were switched after the ladder was lowered. The corridor would have passed by the ladder while the pads were being switched, and that's when the culprit literally sprang into action. And leapt onto the ladder. What? Who would have imagined? Order in the court. Well, an alternate escape route seems to have emerged. Which means someone other than Miss Sykes could have been the culprit, right? He desperately wants this to be true.
Objection!
Oh, Edgeworth? Making things up on the fly in an attempt to sway the court again, are we, Mr. Wright? Your theory has so many holes that puts Swiss cheese to shame. Alright, then name one. I have here detailed information about the Space Center. According to this, the distance between the museum corridor and the main building during movement is full 20 feet. 20 feet? You're pulling my leg, right? In addition, the corridor is 3 floors from the ground, or roughly 50 feet. What's more, the culprit would be leaping to a precarious place. An unstable ladder. Human beings feel fear in dangerous situations. It's basic survival instinct. An ordinary person would certainly hesitate before jumping. Or even freeze in fear and not jump at all.
Objection!
But the culprit had just murdered someone. They weren't in an ordinary state of mind.
Objection!
Oh god, a quick objection. Nevertheless, why would they have taken that kind of risk? They could have waited for the switch to be complete and escaped the boarding lounge too.
Objection!
Oh my god, right back at it! Because there's a security camera in the boarding lounge too. The culprit knew they would be recorded. They left the Space Museum that way.
Objection!
Oh my god! In that case, the culprit could have hidden in the museum until things settled down. And then blended in with the other people after the museum was opened. That's a good point. But you claimed that despite all this, the culprit took a 20-foot death-defying leap. And all in the brief moment the corridor and the ladder passed by each other. That's also a good point. A lot of good points being made by Edgeworth here today. They would have needed a running start while the corridor was moving to make that jump. And their timing was off, or they couldn't jump far enough. It would have been instant death. What kind of person would attempt something like that? Stop bringing up good points, Edward. This is me. This true culprit of yours is nothing but a figment of your imagination. Why do you always have to point out every flaw? That's literally, we did talk about how that's his job. Mr. Wright was right. That does sound pretty insane. Look at this. Apollo is not there. Like he is like desperate. He's like a different Apollo than we're used to having. Emotion, you can see it in his eyes. He is not the Apollo that we're used to. He is desperately trying to find anything here, and he's grasping at every piece of information that is brought up. He's not the same Apollo right now. The culprit who would have been someone who feels no fear like a stuntman. But everyone feels fear on some level, right? Wait a minute. Wait a minute? I've got it this time? I can prove that there's someone who could have used this alternate escape route. Oh, can you now? This proves the possibility of a person who could have used this alternate escape route. What? What the... This? The Phantom Psych profile!
Take that!
He doesn't feel fear! What's that, Mr. Wright? This is a certain person's very interesting psych profile. The subject doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. In other words, this person doesn't feel happiness, sadness, or fear. Oh my god, doesn't feel fear? Who is? This is so scary! Right. You can't be serious. Without the constraint of fear. He could easily do what an ordinary person wouldn't dare. Just as you or I could do a broad jump on the ground without the slightest fear. This subject could make a 20-foot leap, 50 feet up in the air. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is this music? He could choose this extreme way of escaping without hesitation. So you're saying that to a person without fear, the alternate route would have been quicker and eliminated the chance that they would be spotted? That's definitely pretty extreme, Mr. Wright. But was there such a person there at the scene? Yes. The Phantom, that mysterious shadowy figure who keeps popping up. Oh dear, it's terrifying. The Phantom? Again? I knew the Phantom was there behind the scenes of the Space Center bombing. Why are they playing this music, I guess? But I wasn't sure if he's connected to the murder of Clay Turan as well. However, now it's all clear. The Phantom is the one who not only bombed the Space Center, but also killed Mr. Turan. What the? Who? Because this is all we know is... This is it's terrifying. Please. Order in the court, I say. Mr. Wright, please continue. The music is even making it worse. There were just too many similarities between this case and the one from 7 years ago. It can only be because both instances were the work of the same Phantom. So then this Phantom is the one who killed Clay? But who is he? This Phantom has been haunting this case. Pulling the strings in the background. Why are they doing this? This is so scary. Why are they doing this? Who could this unidentified international spy be? I've never been so scared in an Ace Attorney game. Right. This escape route must have been part of the Phantom's plan from the start, so you're into it too. Okay, good. As was tricking Director Cosmos into switching the launch pads. The bomb on the second floor was meant to make the elevators and the stairs unusable. That's why he gave advance warning and planted the bombs where he did. Yes, I think you're right. But it doesn't explain this one last thing. So I lowered my emergency ladder, like detective leading the evacuation told me to. But there's such a pain, why couldn't they have just used the ladders in the other rooms? Wait. Something is happening. Something is happening here. Why would he say to use a ladder? That was awkward? Is that what we're getting at? But he couldn't have made the leap unless he was certain which one it would be. No. No. So you mean... the Phantom must be someone who knew that particular ladder was going to be used, and they made sure other people couldn't use that ladder. No. That's a... No! 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 Who could it be? Wait a minute. No more wait a minutes. So I lowered my emergency ladder, like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. No! 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 Miss Blackwell lowered the ladder after being told by the detective leading the... Dear Christ. Ah! Oh no, you've got to be kidding me. No way. Did you figure it out, Wright? Do you know who the Phantom is? I do, but this is not right. What? Yes, I do. What? Who is it? Who killed Clay? This is not right. I've been singing his praises for this entire game, saying how good of a cop he was. Oh my god, my head is exploding. Oh my god. Our mystery spy, known as the Phantom, is none other than... Oh my god, oh my god. What? It's Bobby! This is like a freaking... This is a true murder mystery, like, ending. It's Bobby. I would rather it not be Bobby. Oh. This is not good. This is not good. It's Bobby Fulbright. Jesus Christ, it's Bobby. After the explosions, a member of the staff crossed paths with a certain detective. I feel like I'm gonna cry because I praised this man through the whole game. I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. Oh my god. As the detective was leading the evacuation on from the 4th floor, he had a very specific objective in mind. So I lowered my... Yeah, this is... I'm so upset because I actually I love this guy. His objective was to secure his own escape route. He's been in every trial. He's been everywhere. We lowered an emergency ladder. Oh my god, this is so scary. 4th floor window and escape that way. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter. Once everyone was already out, the tense air that's flowing through, it's like wind. This is the detective you all know. He's even the lead detective on this current case. He appears to be a very emotional man, but his psych profile says he's without... Oh my god, he even tricked us. Remember, he was like, oh, I feel bad. He's making me do something. Oh my god. He made us. Remember that time with the time with Blackquill? He like plays for a fiddle there, like. He did. Remember when he was like all like, oh, I'm so sad in the hallway? He played us for a fiddle. What the hell?
Take that!
Take that! It's Bobby freaking Fulbright. He played us like a fiddle. What are you saying? You mean the Phantom is Detective Bobby Fulbright? Exactly, we were all taken in by his fake persona. He is that has to be like, that is so crazy. Cause he did a fantastic job. He wooed me in. Detective Fulbright's real identity is the Phantom. I cannot deal with this. Order the court. Mr. Wright, how could this be? That's easy, Your Honor. Detective Fulbright was leading the 4th floor evacuation effort. Our first clue is that he made no attempt to have any other ladder put to use. The ladder to the robotics lab is the only one he ordered to be lowered. The second is that he directed everybody to the basement shelter via this ladder. Verily, it was all part of his plan to create an escape route. I love it. Edward on our side again. I mean, he's always been on our side, but you know. After Detective Fulbright saw to it that the ladder was lowered from the robotics lab, he went to the lounge where he killed Clay Turan and escaped into the Space Museum. The museum started moving slowly, so he waited for the right time and got a running start. And just as the corridor was passing the ladder, he leaped onto it. Jesus Christ, I don't believe it. That adlapated detective did all that? Was it really him? I mean, all this time I thought he was so helpful to us. He was like, wait. We only ever saw what he wanted us to see. Every single time, we only ever saw what he wanted us to see. And then when it finally came time to show us all the stuff that he wanted us to see, and he let us in without a problem. When he wanted us to see every bit of evidence. Oh my god. When he wanted us to see all the evidence, he let us through, no problem. Sorry we didn't catch your name. My name is Bobby Fulbright. The heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. Bobby! You betrayed me! The champion of justice comes running whenever you're in need. Bobby! And my catchphrase? It's injustice we trust. Bobby. Then his concern for Simon was also all just one big act. Everything was. This, I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackquill and make him a valued member of society. He don't give a damn. So I can't just sit by and watch him get... Everything he did, even telling us about the execution. It was all just... Oh my freaking god. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, that monster killed Clay. He had me completely fooled. He had me fooled too, come to think of it. He's the one who brought that bloodstained lighter in court too. Apollo, oh my freaking god. The scumbag even made me turn on Athena. Damn it. How did I fall for that? Did he give you information about Athena? For him to have wormed his way into the police department as well. No, the lighter is what he's saying. He said the lighter was the evidence that was decisive. He's like, this is what made me turn on Athena. Oh my god, Apollo's gonna be regretting this so badly. Your Honor, the defense demands the question of Bobby Fulbright. Oh, God. Yes, I agree that we need to hear from him right away. The court will take a short recess and then Detective Fulbright will take the stand. A recess? I need to take a year off. I can't up. When the game sometimes he goes, he's fooled us, in some games, and it's not true. Bobby Fulbright genuinely fooled me. Bobby Fulbright genuinely fooled Calvin, and you guys know it too. We can make a compilation of all the times when I was like, I love Bobby Fulbright. I love Bobby Fulbright. And I was like, he's such a good cop. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. If it wasn't for everything you did, no, Athena, none of this was an issue. You have gone through so much. Don't thank me yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight. You got it, boss. Oh, I love that smile. But still, I'm thinking about Trucy. I need Trucy out. Oh my God, he looks so down in the dumps. Apollo. Well, this is awkward. Yeah, it was here's the thing. I'll probably reiterate this a few times over the next while. I know for a fact that a lot of the stuff that's happening in this trial, I'm going to get a lot of, maybe a few comments, but a discussion about this, which is always good. So my point from my perspective is this. Apollo will probably apologize. Apollo probably feels absolutely terrible. But he was not in the right space either. He was not. Trucy for sure. Sorry, Trucy. Athena. I keep always saying Trucy, Athena, because they're both our companions, I suppose. Athena is definitely not in the right space. This was something that has been again, you could see in Apollo's face when he wanted desperately for it not to be true. But in his mind, all he could think of was, I need to find the killer, and all he could see was red. All he could see, in this case, yellow, but all he could see was Athena did it. Athena killed my friend. The evidence points to Athena. And in his head, I can't believe, how could you even feel that way when he's someone please prove me wrong. And that's what he wanted. And then on the Athena side of things, I'm not going to disregard Athena's feelings. Someone she trusted so desperately accused her of murder. Of course it's going to be such a horrible thing for her too, especially when she went through one of the most emotional roller coaster rides I've ever seen in the Ace Attorney series. For sure, it's more than awkward. It's a very, and then Bobby Fulbright. Athena, can you do me a favor? Huh? What is it? Could you punch me, please? Oh my God, you don't want Athena punching you. She will hurt. That will hurt you. Why should she literally knocked out a cop? Because I should have believed in you. You weren't, I don't care what anyone says, you were not in the right space whatsoever. You were looking for anything to blame. Anything to blame. And so why he left the offices as well, by the way, was because he genuinely thought Athena was lying because of his bracelet, and he left. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me. I'm really sorry that I didn't trust... Don't be such a dope! I was really touched by what you did. What? For real? Huh? Now what are you talking about? I want to believe in Athena. Of course Athena loves this. This is when a friend goes, oh, this is my friend John. He's super crazy, but he's crazy and sometimes super annoying, but I love him. And then the friend goes, oh, that's so sweet, and Athena, of course Athena would love this. The idea of even though she's accused, being I want to believe in Athena. Of course she would love this, because it is a kind of a declaration of belief in a way. What's fate without doubt? That's why I need to question her guilt, so that once the truth finally comes out, I can really fully trust her. You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. Athena, you are sweeter than the world deserves. You are sweeter than the world deserves. After all that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo? You are sweeter than anyone deserves. You didn't have any trouble slapping him a second ago. True. Thanks, Athena. And thanks for waking me up to reality again. Oh, oh god, we need Apollo on our side. Guess I know now who to call if we ever get sleepy in court. Yeah, it's a good team. It is a good team. It is a super good team. Looks like you have some promising young people working under you. Andrew, what do you think of them? This is the yellow one, this is the red one. They're both very good. Okay? They're yellow, red. Apollo, Athena. They're very good. What do you think? Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself. And they're not afraid to keep me in line. True, very true. Anyway, I have some very good news. Aura Blackquill has surrendered and okay, good. We can get that off our mind now, but we still want to see if Trucy's okay. So it's not off our mind completely. Because instantly I was like, okay, off our mind. Wait, is Trucy okay? Trucy and all the others, though, thank goodness. Miss Blackquill said she had something she really needed to do. So I granted her special permission to do what she must. Okay. I wonder what it is, yeah. Miss Blackquill. I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're... Gotta be super honest with you. I wasn't gonna take an apology anyway, if I'm being honest. Hi everyone, it's Calvin from the future, and I think right here in this moment I was just very upset, and still am upset, that Trucy was even kidnapped in the first place. It boiled my blood because she is a character I adore dearly, and you guys know I adore her dearly. But I also wanted to say something that I didn't point out during this playthrough, and that's I think that Aura Blackquill is there as a written character to show the effects that the dark age of law or the bad age of law or like bad law, I guess in general, can have on people. And not just the subtle ways they've showed us throughout the entire game with how people are taught or how people act. She is generally just there to show people, you know, how far this has gone for some people and how far this has gone in her brain. So while, of course, I still completely very upset about the Trucy thing, I also wanted to point out that there is a written aspect and a reason for her character to be there as well, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to make sure people know that. My actions were what allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago to come to light. Again, great. Trucy means the world to me. I'm sorry, guys. I know at home people are gonna be like, Calvin, like, it's you know, she's telling the truth. 100% she's telling the truth, but still, Trucy was kidnapped. But I did come because I had something to say to all of you. Miss Aura, she better not be here to complain about that something. Miss Blackquill, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault. Yes, it's true. The courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me. She does have a reason not to like the system, in fairness. Of course not. I'll leave him alone as well. It's just, I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Metis' killer down. Well, look, that's cool. Thank you. I'll take that. Leave it to us. We'll get him. So I guess that means she started to trust us at least. Is Trucy okay? Aura. Simon, I'm so glad both you and the princess were cleared of all suspicion. And it's all thanks to me and my robots. You better be grateful. I never imagined you would go that far. Though you always were extreme. But I don't ever recall ever requesting your help. As close as ever, I see. Well, now that you've been released, I guess it's my turn to live in the slammer. Yep. Very much. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. It's not gonna be much of it's pretty open and shut, I'll be honest, Aura. I'll be honest with you. You'll probably give you the death penalty. Well, no. No, we're not doing that. But I guess what she's saying, it's her brother. You know me all too well. Like, that's a sweet moment, right? Between the two of them, that's a sweet moment. I guess love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunted in their case. Like, that's a very, like, Blackquill moment. You would probably kill me in court. You know me too well. Like, that's very sweet. Putting everything aside, that's super sweet. But I truly was about to be executed tomorrow. Though because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing the Styx just yet. You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish. Blackquill having emotional moments now, and in their weird way, this is like a really, like, horror family endearing moment for them. Simon. Oh my god! Aura? Aura crying? I'm so glad. Simon, so very glad to hear you say that. Aura. Alright. That's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center. Well, Mr. It was inexcusable. There we go. Yes, 100%. But it's clear she did it out of love for her brother. 110%. I would never deny that. Never. She did that because she loved her brother and didn't want him going to be executed. 110%. That is a factual statement. 100%. I can't believe he killed Clay. Right. And murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Athena. Little Athena? And great distress? You care so much. He cares so freaking much. And like, they had such a good relationship. They really did. I love it. I love this man. I love this man. Chief Prosecutor. Yes? I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial? For real? Wait, this is huge! Because now we're going to be technically working with Blackquill, even though it's going to look like we're working against him. The whole idea is obviously to find the truth. I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand. Could you imagine Blackquill being the one to not only set himself free from execution, set himself free from prison, with definitive proof, before his execution, but also take down the man who's been zapping him through this whole game? That is insane! That was my plan all along, after all. It's highly unconventional for a man of my position to stand in court. Edward is so right. Edward, you go back and you do whatever you need to do. Actually, no, stay with us. He's such an important man. Sir, the formal paperwork has yet to be filed, but you are hereby conditionally released. Oh my god. So, what we've proven is, by the way, is that Blackquill is not the murderer, right? We've proven that Athena is not the murderer, so technically they have no evidence to keep them, right? That's what he's saying? Like, a conditional release. Because the paperwork has yet to be filed, yes. So, what it actually is, and maybe I misspoke, Blackquill, in this trial, is not just like making himself innocent, because that's already like kind of a foregone conclusion. This would be generally like dotting the I's, crossing the T's, making sure everything is perfect in the end, and if he does that, that's going to be so poetic. Please take the prosecutor bench in your official capacity. In your official capacity? This is... And uncover the truth by your own hand. And then it's... Oh my god. I'm much obliged. And he clearly looks up to Edward, clearly. I mean, what prosecutor wouldn't? Oh my god! The day to part with these has come at last! Chief Prosecutor, could you? Oh my god. Yes! Yes! Holy hell. Look at that. Look at you, man. Look at you. Look at you. How long have I waited? Does it feel good? Does it feel good? Maybe it's a sense of freedom. But even the air seems fresher. The light brighter. Oh my god, he's like, the world's not too bad. And I will relish slashing that black god Fulbright to shreds without mercy. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Let's get him. I don't have to be able to read his heart to see how happy he is. Oh my god, it's the best. It's the freaking best. It's the best. You do not deserve to be in shackles. I'm so glad, but I won't cry just yet. Athena, if you cried right now, it would be so appropriate. This is one of the best moments. This is one of the best moments. If you cried now, no one would think less of you. After all, we still got a trial to finish. It's okay to cry, Athena, I promise. Prosecutor Blackquill, Mr. Wright, please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? Yeah, Apollo's still feeling this, man. Of course he is. You come to the defense bench with me. Yes. Well, I can't expect Athena to assist me now, can I? She's a defendant. That leaves you, Apollo. Are you serious? Are you serious? But are you sure you want me? Of course. I took a leave of absence and everything. Well, our office is pretty short-handed, and you're all I've got. Thank you, Mr. Wright. This is the best. This is the greatest day of my life. This is a family. This is a family. Apollo. Athena. I can say with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence. Yes, Apollo. And now we're gonna prove it to the world. Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it.
So,
Oh!
you won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right?
Oh my god!
Right. Because I'm
fine. I'm fine. Oh my god! This is the greatest. Wait. The hand as well? The hands as well? Oh my god, he's taking it all off. Oh my god, look at this man. Look at this man. Look at this man. Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god. There he is. There he is. This is the Apollo I know. The most handsome man who ever lived. He's back. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Welcome back, Apollo. Oh my god, it's almost time for the trial to restart. Though it looks like you have things well in hand. Oh, thank you so much, Edgeworth. Thank you so much. This is like the purest Phoenix Wright like ending ever to a game, right? I know it's not over yet, but like having everyone come together, that's one of the biggest things that they always do in these games. Freeing a hostage has happened before, very Phoenix Wright-esque, right? You know, not only that, but like having like Edgeworth like come to our rescue. This is like the best. I'm so freaking happy. I've never been so excited. I'm so sorry I've gotten closer to the mic. The audio's probably been louder for like the past like, you know, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I should get back to the prosecutor's office. You did. Thank you so much for showing up, Edgeworth. Thank you so much. I love you. But why? I want to look into a few things. Namely, the first people on the scene 7 years ago. The facial data registered by the robot. And Detective Fulbright's full background. Oh, good. Sounds great, Edgeworth. Thanks. I expect you're paid with a victory right. Now, if you'll excuse me, you'll get more than that. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. I don't deserve this. Oh my god. All the emotions. You two all set to go. Look at them. The most handsome, sweetest man in the world. The most well-dressed, amazing, sweetest, most empathetic girl who ever lived. This is the team. This is our team. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited. You bet I am. Let's do this. This is so good. This is it. The final battle. Oh, and then we're reminded, you know, back into reality very quick. The murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident. It's all of it. Oh, Athena. It's not fair, is it at all? And the case that ushered in the dark age of the law 7 years ago. Destiny has called us to bring the one responsible for it all to justice today. You doing a little bit too good to be continued now, or? No. So guys, I think this is probably the best place to end this video and then coming to the next one before we get into all this craziness. This has been one of the most insane episodes ever in terms of emotions. It was dark as hell over the past while. Like I think even the last episode, it got incredibly dark. I think you guys would say like last episode got incredibly dark. This episode like was very emotionally impactful. I think one of the things that happened with this episode was we had, Apollo, fighting with his like inner doubt. We had Athena being subjected to that as well. Let's not deny that. We had Athena being subjected to that as well. We had the reveal of Bobby Fulbright being the villain, which I didn't expect whatsoever. I literally just posted a picture of him like on Twitter being he's like the greatest thing ever because I loved him and I thought he was the best cop that ever been in these games ever. One of the best depictions of a cop I've ever seen. I freaking loved him so much. And you guys know I loved him. I loved that guy so freaking much. What were you guys thinking every time I was like, he's amazing? Please tell me, what were you guys thinking every time I was saying he's amazing? Not only that, but we had Aura Blackquill release the hostages. And here's my final thoughts on that, because I know some people might be a fan, might not be a fan. I don't know how the reaction is. So, like, I have no problem having conversations about this ever. For me, it's like, I will never, ever not think about Trucy being kidnapped and us thinking that, Trucy might die, even if she wasn't in any actual danger, because I actually think that deep down, maybe she wouldn't have done it, because that would have been crazy. But it's like, at the same time, we don't know that, and we couldn't know that at the time. I also do think that I kind of find the weird kind of like Addams Family-esque thing that they have going on, like, kind of weirdly, like, endearing in some ways, but still, it's like, I think it's a fair approach to, right? I will never forgive for what happened to Trucy, but I can also respect the fact that, yes, we did fail, like, the law did fail them years ago. Not Blackquill. It wasn't Blackquill that failed everybody. It was the law itself. That's what failed Athena. That's what failed Métis. That's what almost failed Clay as well. That's what failed Simon Blackwell as well. That's what failed him. I have no doubt saying that whatsoever. And then we have the amazing moments of Blackquill like saying, hey, I'm breaking free of the shackles. And then we have the two freaking, like, we have the Wright Anything Agency, apart from Trucy, but I'm sure she's okay now. I hope she's okay now. But the kind of the three adults of the Wright Anything Agency, the three lawyers of the Wright Anything Agency stepping up to the plate. This is an incredible time. I've been having such a blast with the series. Again, sorry that I got so close to the mic. I was probably being very loud for a portion of time. I'm so happy with how this went, guys. I really am. Thank you so much to the Never Can Repay the BB Gangsters here on Patreon. Thanks to TieFire02. Thanks to Jamie Bull, Janet Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusta, Shabbatterbed, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, and Links Markey. And guys, what I will say about this series is coming up soon. We're coming in the closing parts of this, and I have no problem talking to you guys straight up about this. The plan is to play like something like Stardew Valley. I want to play, but we will be playing Raincoat on October 1st, no matter what. That's what we're going to be playing. So if not playing Stardew Valley, you might play a smaller game like a Danganronpa S, like just see what it would be like or something like that. But we might play something else as well. Like I'm not quite sure because I never know until like the day before, and that's probably something I should change. But for now, I can say that I'm excited for what's coming next. You can always suggest games to me. You can always do that stuff. For me, personally, I am excited to play Raincoat. Raincoat is going to be like a game that I've been waiting to play for a while, and Raincoat Plus seems like the best way to play it. And I'll see you guys so soon. Bye-bye.